Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, November 7th, the 18th day of Cheshvan. We're continuing in our unit here about when it is and isn't permissible to open competing like stores or things that will hamper the first store. In Jewish law, that's called hasogas gvul, like kind of moving in on the turf of someone else. And depending on the situation, sometimes it's permissible for you to open a competing store against somebody else's, and sometimes it's not. So here we go on today's more additional details. Let's say you want to open a competing store. Store A was offering a bunch of items, and you want to open store B because you're going to offer new items that store A was not offering. Then it's much more permissible for you to do that because you're not just competing like head to head against the other guy. There's a couple items in your store that the other store wasn't selling, and you're going to offer them, and so you are allowed to do that. If you're opening a kosher thing and his hechsher, the kosher certification in his store wasn't recognized by everybody, and you're now offering a more stringent kosher certification, which will allow more people to be allowed to eat there, then you're allowed to open in that situation. Let's say there's a district that just has, you know how sometimes there's like a diamond district or a shoe district or a fabric district or a place where there are a lot of pizza shops. So the general rule for that is that if there are three pizza shops and you're going to open number four, this is a touristy place where everyone runs in and buys a quick slice of pizza. So you're allowed to open your pizza shop. That's quite lenient because that's the pizza area, and it's even possible that your pizza store being there will draw even more pizza eaters to that area, and it could help all four of the stores, including yours. So in that consideration, in that kind of circumstance, where you're going to open up in a place and just add to make it more of a diamond district or more of a pizza shop district, then you're allowed to do that. On the web, when you're going to open a website that could hamper the business of some other, let's say, Jewish website, there it's much more lenient because on the web you're selling to the entire world, hopefully, and your competitor is selling to the entire world, hopefully. So it's not considered as much as if you're moving in on his turf because you're both selling to the whole planet Earth, and therefore we view this much more leniently. Same with mail order businesses or catalogs. You're both marketing to the whole North America or whatever, or the world if possible. And so it's not like he's the shoemaker of Cincinnati and you're killing his shoemaking business in Cincinnati. You're both selling to the whole North America. This is web orders or catalog orders, so you're allowed to do that. You're allowed to advertise in a different newspaper in a different city, even though that's a little delicate to the other stores of that area, especially if you're adding some benefit. Like you're advertising that if they order from you, then they have a chance to have it delivered for free, whereas the other guy's not delivering it for free. You're allowed to offer that option where it wasn't available in that city, and you can advertise in that city to tell people, hey, look, I'm the guy that offers this same service as everybody else, but I do free shipments or whatever, and you're allowed to do it in that situation. Here's a delicate one. Let's say there's already two yeshivas in a certain city, and you want to open yeshiva number three. So there we apply the rule of Kina Sofrim Tar Bechachma, which means jealousy in Torah is kind of good because let there be more Torah. Let there be competition in Torah. Let's see which is the best yeshiva, and you are allowed to do that. Another delicate one is sometimes there's a shul in a certain neighborhood and people want to break away and open a new shul kind of nearby, and that's going to hurt shul number one. This was asked to Rav Moshe Feinstein Zatzal in a case where the people felt we need to open another shul because we want to switch out the nusach a little bit or change how things are done. He basically answered that if it's going to kill the first shul and kill the livelihood of the rabbi of the first shul, then it's not permissible. But in most circumstances where hopefully that's not going to happen, the more shuls, the more davening, the more options, it's actually better, assuming the town can afford all of these shuls. So do discuss all these matters with your rabbi. can't like nail it exactly just by seeing a generic law here, but these are the general guidelines offered by the rabbis in Torah matters like this. But if it is delicate, opening a competing yeshiva, opening a competing shul, now you know some of the basics, but do discuss it with your rabbi before making your next move. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye bye.